I seem to be experimenting some technological difficulty or some differences. So don't unplug the power to your cable modem. Well, good news. I got power hooked up to this bad boy. Oh yeah. Oh, she's trying. Oh, there she is. I love this computer. Yeah, most electronics like power. You would think, as me as a guy that does, you know, electronics, I would know that. But nope. I miss this PC. This laptop. Good girl. Power cord is good. You charge there. It's not like it's really got a battery that can be charged. So if you use that laptop at all, you got to keep it plugged in. I can't see her icon. I gotta. Does anybody know what that line was from? We seem to be experimenting some technological differences. Oh, that's nice and creepy. I like it. Anybody know what that's from? No? Maybe? No? It's Idiocracy. I love that movie. It's ridiculous, but wonderful at the same time. Hey, Holly. So I was gonna do this story until I experimented some technological differences, but need to find a better light when it's closer to me. Oh no, that's a problem. No LEDs. Let's fix that. Really should tape this. In fact, I have some tape. It's right there. That was weird. David, did you see the title of my my stream? Do you know what that's from? Yeah, don't unplug powers that you need. Especially, like, you know, monitor power is okay. LED power is fine. You know, let your mouse go dead. But definitely don't unplug power to your cable modem. Thing that's giving you the interwebs. Has electrolytes. But why does it have electrolytes? It's what the body needs. Or, I don't know. I'm no good at movie quotes. Rondo has power. But this one's called Scab Dog. Fuck me. What's up, Dago? What's happening, man? Doggo. Everybody say hi to Doggo. He's one of my coworkers. Whoever muted him last night, probably Holly. Shame on you. I'm back with you too, bro. I just came back because don't unplug the power to your cable modem. That'll do it every time. Doggo works with me. He's a cool guy. It's one of my buddies. Going to bed, guys. Good night, side effect. See you next time. Lauren, hi. I haven't seen it since it came out. You should totally rewatch it, Pip. Tell us the dirt on Chappy. So this is Scab Dog. And, you know, whatever. Be aware of your surroundings. If you're in the woodsy part of Indiana or Illinois, take a country road. Or shopping anywhere off the highways 50 and 231 between Louisville and St. Louis, there are many small towns nestled in the border tracts, the broad tracts of dense forest. And these, above all, should be avoided at night. Stupid. I don't think he's gonna answer y'all. The story starts in 1989 after 17 people have been gruesomely mauled to death by strange animals near the towns of Freedom and Spencer, Illinois. The deaths were blamed on feral dogs based on witness description. The tracks left around the remains of the victims do indicate large canines, but the Forest Commission had at the time issued a statement that the tracks were wolf or wolf-coyote hybrids. Some wildlife specialists still argue that the tracks do not quite match any known wild canine. Smiley, you're stupid. One witness, who wishes to be anonymous, described seeing a pack of animals that looked very large and tall, hairless dogs in the woods behind their home. They were said to be hard, scabby patches on their backs and faces, and that they moved with an eerie synchronality. Means they all walk in the same. You're fine, Hope. Officially, however, the deaths were ruled wild animal attacks, and that 2 years went on without any further signs of the dogs. Small town life seemed to be returning to normal, allowing people to heal and recover. Till 1992, when the sheep farmer Jude Porter was savagely killed in his barn. When investigators arrived to assess the scene, they found evidence that he had shot one of the animals before it ended its life, and that the gunshot blast had severed at least 2 toes, which were left behind. Blood, bone, and tissue samples were collected for the study. Strangely, several sheep were missing from their pens and never found. But there's no sign that the livestock were dispatched there, or there had been any type of struggle. The sheep were just gone. In fact, after this incident, it came to light that there had been a higher rate of local livestock disappearance over the last 3 years, starting almost immediately after the last attack on a human. Thieves have been blamed as rustling was still a problem in the country, but investigators began to work or wonder if there wasn't a pattern. Despite attempts to find or catch the elusive scab dogs, as locals were calling them, not a single lead or trap panned out. The creatures remained almost mythical. And gradually, more and more law officials were dismissing the possibility that it even existed. Instead, trying to put together stories of human murders, incidents, or other wild animals to explain the deaths. In 1994, Dr. Omar Kayani of the Department of Animal Studies at the University of Illinois reported that the samples taken to the Porter barn were indeed canine, domestic dog, but the tissue and blood was heavily infected with an outside agent, a fungal parasite that most likely responsible for the animal's hair loss and skin irritation. It took several months for the department to be granted test animals to observe the action of the fungus. 3 greyhounds. But what they discovered was so frightening and revolutionary that it should have totally inflamed the scientific community. Instead, the experiment was shut down. The information destroyed, and Dr. Kayani was dismissed under threat of being charged with animal cruelty. In 1998, one of the technicians working under Dr. Kayani finally spoke up about the incident, also remaining anonymity for their own safety. The dogs lost all their hair, and they began to cooperate in a way that never seen in dogs, even trained circus animals. Once taught to do tricks. This wasn't like that. They were trying to escape from their kennel. If someone hadn't checked the security camera, they would have gotten out. They were really close. So then, we put locks on the doors, and they tried to open the lock. They were thinking, like how humans think. So we gave them some puzzles to do. They were like 6-year-old kids. They just did them. The technician believes that the test dogs were using local problem-solving abilities far above the normal animal or the normal dogs, and that somehow communicating detailed ideas to each other, but without hard evidence to corroborate the story. It's all just a story. Dr. Kayani's original findings remain, and later analysis of the DNA shows the fungus found in the scab dog's blood is related to a known family of parasitic fungi, cordyceps. Cordyceps fungi are notorious for invading the bodies of insects and infecting their behavior. In the case of insects, their life cycle ends when the fruiting bodies of the fungus explode from the corpse, sending spores out into the air and infecting new hosts. It's possible that the fungi infection really affects the brain activity of dogs. Could be making them more intelligent, more cooperative. Nobody knows. However, the scab dogs have never been captured, killed, or counted. It's not known how many exist, though there's still scattered sightings and rumors. And every so often when a body is found, eaten down to the bones, unfortunate hitchhikers, campers, or other foolish people who leave the safety of the freeway at night. So please, please, stay on the freeway. There's nothing to see on the woods. I've had several talking dogs. Talk to them like adult people, and they learn. No bullcrap. You're fine, Smiley. Them dogs got upgrade. Oh, Lauren. We'll have to have a shoe full of Baileys sometime. My bad, bro. You're bad for what? I'll never tell. Alfred, it's time to move again. Yeah, you never had it. Just Google a shoe full of Baileys. Or ever drunk Baileys from a shoe? That's clunky to say. And I'm not old Greg. Oh, Greg. Oh, that hurts so bad. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? Whew. Ooh. Ooh. It's hard to push this 10 gauge into my lip nowadays. I've drunk out of worse. He just said it. The mighty Boosh. Maybe you have a mind block on you. That little hole right there hurts like hell right now because I just put my 10 gauge through it. Do you love me? Just a smiley block. So here's a story. It's called Seeing Things. My hair already looks like garbage. I need to brush it. I thought I was just a normal person who lived a normal life in a normal home with normal people. But maybe I am normal. I'm just seeing things. A while back on Friday night, I was playing video games in my living room. My parents and my brother had left to attend a basketball game in the city. I, for one, am not a sports fan, so I had no interest in going and stayed at home with my 4-year-old cat, Snook. Snook is a big cat, weighing about 14 pounds, and is tall for your average male cat. Although he's declawed in his front paws, he often likes to be petted and would leave big marks on my arm from his teeth and hind legs if I tried. Oh, did not like to be petted. That's a big, like, why did he like to be... Never mind. Did not like to be petted. Certain that he'd protect me, or at least warn me if there was an intruder. I was not worried at all. It was 8:30 and getting dark. My father texted me and told me he was going into overtime. He told me the game was going into overtime. That's it. It wasn't a problem for me, of course. It only meant more video game time. Snook was contently looking out the window of his cat condo. A low growl came from Snook's throat, which startled me. Snook never growls, or hisses, that much either. He isn't very territorial, actually. That's a lie. He's extremely territorial when it comes to other cats. You care less about dogs, birds, humans, or anything else. I paused my video game and walked over to the window to see what was going on. I kept my distance from Snook, just too safe in case he attacked me. The porch light was on, so I saw perfectly into the driveway. Nothing. I looked over to my neighbor's yard, but his porch light was on as well. I saw no figure or anything in his yard. I thought nothing of it and returned to my game. Snook didn't quit hissing, though. This time I went and checked again. This time I saw tail vanishing under my mother's car. My family had taken my father's truck to the basketball game. I was confused. Snook was the only cat on my street. I knew my neighbors quite well. The people down the street did, in fact, have a cat once, but it died almost 2 years ago. I knew Snook couldn't be smelling a female cat in heat from the next street over. He's been fixed. Speaking of which, the cats in the next street over venture far from their houses. My friend lives on the street, which is how I know. Oh, they never venture far from their homes. My bad. Just leaving words out. I knew Snook couldn't be smelling a... Oh, that... Okay. I got up and went outside, which was a bad idea in the middle of winter. Considering I was only wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants, I saw nothing. I was about to head back in when I looked over my shoulder and glimpsed it. A cat. It was just a cat. I just stared at it. Knowing it wouldn't appreciate being talked to or petted, the eyes were the thing that I noticed most about it. The eyes were quite large and chilling, very chilling. I yelled for it to get, and it obeyed. But the strange thing was, it left no footprints in the snow. I told the story to my friends at lunch on Monday. They thought I was silly, and I told them, and they told me they didn't believe in that stuff. I don't either. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I mean, yeah, I didn't read it that well, but What's going on, guys? I thought about holding up like a red card or something so I would know how to delineate stories. So I could cut these up into shorter segments as videos. But I thought maybe I need to get better at reading the stories first. Ay. ¿Qué pasó, mijo? What's good? Yeah. I don't know. Shit. Yeah. There's 10 people in here. Who are my 10 people? I got Smiley and Pip and Go Fish and Ernie just grooming the dogs. Speaking of, I need to groom myself. I don't know where my brush went. I think my other brush took my... Oh, there it is. Don't mind me while I brush my hair. Ow. Ow. Oh my gosh. What? What's wrong, Hope? Guys, guess what? I'm guessing what? What? Hope won the lottery. She learned how to do a double backflip. Aliens came down and greeted her. She's now the Queen of Venus. Hope found out all along that she has a superpower, and it's being invisible. And she's right behind me. Nope, she's not right behind me. We're fine. Oh, there's an armed robber at the gas station down the street from my house this morning. Oh yeah? And you went all day without knowing about it? Something very similar to that happened to me when I was in Big Springs, Texas. I was at a hotel, and I usually come down at 3 in the morning when I was on day shift, and I would drive to the location. Oh, that's no bueno. They were shot? That's terrible. I'm very sorry to hear that. Did they catch the armed robber, armed assailant? I hope they did. They caught him, that's good. I like this track. Which one is this? Hello, Michael. Did the clerk survive? I hope. Terrible stuff. Damn it, Chip Jab, thank you very much. 777 from Jib Jab. Hi. How are you? Oh, bend the monies, bend the monies. I was just listening to the story, or listen to the song. Thank you very much, Jib Jab. You're a crazy individual, and I love you for it. Thank you. But yeah. What is up, guys? I think I'm gonna steal my daughter's dog. She needs grooming. I'm a sucker for dogs. Dogs and couches. Nothing safe around Ernie 3 farts. No, I wouldn't be afraid to walk anywhere. Just don't be counting your money out in the open. I mean, I'm just saying. Have my year-old girl chihuahua. Oh. There you go, Ernie. You have yourself a manly man dog, a chihuahua. Take some karate classes, get crazy. You won't like me when I'm angry. I know karate. My bow and arrows. Maybe we'll get you a crossbow, like one of these or something. Oops, there goes my monitor. There it goes, it's on again. One of these little guys. Like she can launch some stuff. I'm looking for something to launch. I had a little BB up here, and I don't know what happened to it. Whatever. I have my recurve bow. Is there a benefit to using Streamlabs? Yeah, people can donate to it. And I can do stuff like this. And I don't know. I mean, it's just it's a pretty good program. But if you do decide to download it, you should use my link. Because now it's 40 cents. That's fine. Hey, Jib Jab. I don't know. That's my Streamlabs link for downloading Streamlabs. It's good though, I like it. I'm happy with Streamlabs. I just wish it wasn't specifically... It's not specifically for gaming, but it's kind of geared towards gaming. But beyond that, it's pretty good. You can have bots and themes and stuff. But since I do this, I don't use the themes. I have to make my own. Where's Jason? I don't know where Jason is. I'm looking for something to shoot out of my little crossbow here. What's cracking? Oh, nothing much, man. Just chilling. At least one thing. Just... What is that? Seriously, Smiley Virus? Oh, seriously? Well, I appreciate that. There's at least one theme that's just creepy themed. I didn't see any. If I go into the themes tab, and all theirs are pretty much for video games anyways. And I don't know. I don't play the video games that often. I figure I could probably be a bigger window like this. Oh, I gotta put... Oh, jeez. Nope, that picks camera. No. What? Forgot about the same name. This does for Twitch too. I think. This streams for Twitch. I'll tell you. Using this, I can stream with integrations. Oh no. Nope. API settings? No. Where's my dashboard? Nope. Oh yeah, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, and Periscope. Oh, you make themes? I don't know. Send you a message through the YouTube thing? Is that the best way to get a hold of you? I don't know. What I have here is... There's a shirt over there. What I have here is alright for what we do. Whoops, my donation ticker needs to go there. There we go. And my alert box needs to go there. Yeah, we're good now. The chat box needs to go there. There we go. Oh, right on. I have OBS also, just standard OBS. But, you know, I'll pop you some bitch. What got me into streaming? Nathan doing his streams. I really liked it. I liked being creepy to him. And I kind of toyed with the idea. And then I was in Jason's streams. And I like just said the idea, half joking, that I should stream. Because he did a short stream one night. And a bunch of people said, yeah, do it. And then I did it. And it was weird. Like not having a boner when you're wearing pleated pants, but it looks like you have a boner. That's probably, that's sort of PG, right? Whatever. But I liked it, and then I mean, here we are. I don't know. I always sort of like being creepy, so creepy or funny or singing. I mean, the boner. At last. I could do hair tutorials for guys. Got ripped a bunch out there. But I don't know, you know. Just doing these streams and all these people keep coming in here. This is the creepiest corner of the interwebs. Keep it real. Probably not. There's guys that are probably creepier. Like neckbeard guys with thinning hair. They breathe like... You know, that's probably creepier. But, say stuff like, I see you. You know, and I think I feel more creepy some days than I do others. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. I like this. But if I ever do that giveaway for that stuff right there, one of you lucky folk will win the equipment to stream. I will send it to you. This be it right here. The camera and the microphone. Oh, it's going good. Can't complain. It sounds like Ernie needs to start himself a Ernie's Neckbeard channel. All things neckbeard. All things m'lady. Oh, that was funny yesterday. What's neckbeard? We went down that rabbit hole, didn't we? I think tonight Chappy's gonna be if he streams, it's gonna be from the bar. Oh shoot, I have to find my battery pack and charge it. It's gonna be from my phone. Yeah, that's fine. It happens. Oh yeah, you can do it on your iPhone. I have Streamlabs on my iPhone. I don't know if that link works on the iPhone. Let me see. Shit's just falling over. It's loading. I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. App Store. You can do this on your phone. Can't be my beard without machete to protect my lady. That's so ridiculous. It's got to be a 15th century samurai sword that you found at a garage sale that you sharpen every day. Consistently a fan of Mac, that is. I have to bring someone home. I can make them feel super awkward. Yeah, I love awkwardness. That's yeah. So no. The gay bar once and didn't know it. It was gay bar until I noticed only guys there, no girls. The guys were friendly. I'm just not for me. Haha. Any pets? Me? No, no pets. I mean, right now, I could have a pet, but then I go back to the field soon, and Burt's Bees goes on your lips. Burt's Bees. Even for those a-holes with lip rings. Hee hee. Yeah. The shattered marble. Ferns in the window means gay bar. Ferns in the window? Like, I feel like I gotta Google that now. Fern bar. American slang for upscale preppy yuppie bar or travel tavern, usually decorated with ferns. Fern bar. Fern bar. Drinking establishment frequented by gay men. History, back when being a gay bar was grounds for having a brick on your window. Many non-breeder friendly establishments would place ferns in the window. There you go. How to reduce the number of times you forget things each day. Can I include words on that? I still go there. They're cool. I'm not gay. Clicky clicky. Come on, bud. Yeah, I was looking for a story. Can I tell you guys something? You sure can. Faux show, hope. Faux show. We loved you. Don't get mad at me for what I'm about to say. What are you gonna say, Hope? Let's see what you got. I'm scared. I don't get scared, I get even. Ooh, almost. He does not want to be eaten. He got eaten. Hope generally, I'm not mad at you for saying that, but I don't know. I'm not mad. I just don't know if this channel is the place to say it. I mean, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. This is America. You can feel however you want to. You're fine. I'm not mad at you. You didn't say anything disparaging. It's fine. Está bueno. But I do want a cigarette. Damn. Why is my Streamlabs open on my phone? Streamlabbing on my Streamlabs. What's up? I don't know why I'm Streamlabbing on my. Can I go live on my phone? Can y'all see my phone? It is so red. Afraid to speak? Don't be afraid to speak. You're fine. We're not mad at you. Bear back. I'm gonna smoke one. this way. Still there? What is this crap? No, still there? Like, okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, people left. Oh, sorry, Bubbles. Oh, 8 people are here now. Oh, sorry, Bubbles. This stream brought to us by Carl's Jr. Oh, John. I guess that you took the reference from the title of the video. It's not brought to you by Carl's Jr. Oh, 'cause they pay me to say it. I love that movie. Pip, you gotta see it again. You gotta see that movie. So what's going on? Everybody still there? Did we lose some people? No, we got 10 people in here. There's 9 on YouTube. Haha, love that movie. Yeah, it's pretty good. I need to find a new story. Who all's here? Just listening and playing on my Twitch. Jib Jab. Right on. Smiley Virus. Anybody watching? Litter Kenny. It's a great show on Hulu. I'm not a Hulu man. I'm a Netflix guy. So I don't know if we can be friends, but you know, we'll give it a shot. Present. Present. Oh. Pretty much all the people I care about are here. And that's good for me. The monster in the pantry is not gonna get read. Mousetrap is not gonna get read. Mr. Creepshow is not getting read. I feel like I'm excluding a lot of stories because they're long, and I don't like long stories. When I say long, they're more than the length of my monitor. She lurks in the darkness. She can keep lurking there, slimy worm. Cat. My uncle's cat. Sky burial. see what I can find. Oh, they got tags. Oh, and this one, the creepypasta one. Yeah. Awesome. Through the woods. Estimated read time 13 minutes. It's kind of long, but I mean, they give you a time limit. I mean, at least it's got good ratings. Still afraid to speak. You're speaking when you say you're still afraid to speak. You're fine. Oops. What the hell is giving that shadow? Whatever. Here's through the woods. I'm gonna give this a shot. We do love you, Hope. You're fine. I don't have long left. They're coming for me, and it's only a matter of time before they find me. I'm sitting here in an abandoned shack I found in the woods, using only the shafts of moonlight that's coming through the broken windows to write this. I know that this will be my last chance to get to warn people, to tell them, find safety and hide. Hide. I never thought in 1,000 years that I would ever think to use this word myself. I can barely write this, my hands are shaking so violently. The blood cut off my fingers is straining the paper as I write. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry that it's come to this, that I have to hide like some kind of animal. They're all dead, my friends, my comrades. Jess was the first to go down. They got her while we were leaving an old mill back in town. I don't know how they found out that we were staying there, but they did. We were packing, taking as much food. No, not even that. Taking as much as each of us could carry on our backs. We heard them break through the front doors of the mill, their booted steps echoing through the empty building as they ran looking for us. We grabbed what we had and ran for the roof, but just forgot something. A locket or some shit. I told her to leave it. We'd come back for it later, but she couldn't leave it. Jess had once told me that the locket was a gift from another life, from a time she could never forget. A lover lost to war. I wasn't surprised that she wouldn't leave it, but I still tried to beg her to come with us, that it wasn't worth it. The others tried to tell her as well, but they were the ones who told her to leave. Or they were the ones who told me to leave her. They're the ones who told me we needed to run. It had just started to rain and we ran across the roof. We could barely hear those first gunshots over the low rumble of the thunder above us. The first scream still echoes in my ear. I can hear them as if they were still around me. The screams made my skin crawl. The air filling the sound of death. Then silence. 4 of us were scaling down the ladders when the silence filled our ears. A deafening sound. We all stopped. We shouldn't have stopped, but we did. Luke was on the ground already. He was always the fastest out of the 5 of us. He was looking up at the roof, just as we were. Zach was beneath me on the ladder. Abby was above me, frozen, as she waited.
I should have known she'd have to call the roof for Jess. I should have known she'd have to call to the roof for Jess. There it is, sorry. She should have never called out for her. We might have gotten away if she hadn't. It was only seconds after Appy called out that we saw a black figure look over the edge of the roof. As I know, my eyes went wide, just like the others. That black, menacing figure. I'd heard so many tales of black dogs being omens, or black cats and ravens and crows, but I'd never felt as afraid. As I had right then, when I was standing up with the faceless black creature that stared back at us. It was Zach that broke the silence finally. He yelled at us to jump and run. We were still halfway up the building on the ladders and looking down. I remember seeing Luke shouting at us. I couldn't hear what he was yelling. The gunshots were too loud around us. I didn't get a chance to jump. Zach grabbed my ankle and tugged me hard, forcing me to release the sprongs of the ladder. Abby had already jumped off the side of the roof where she had been, hurling herself down on the ground below. She'd always been one of those to make the kind of jumps in such precision and beauty. She'd been a dancer once, a long time ago. She landed almost naturally on the ground below, rolling a few feet before standing up and grabbing at Luke, trying to pull him with her, telling him we'd catch up. Test. Okay, I'm good. Oh, no, don't do that. I fell to the ground before I saw it. My body bounced against the hard cement, and I felt my knees and palms scrape against the rough surface. Zach thought was there with me. Zach was with me, grabbing me up and pulling me to my feet. Luke was around us, trying to get us to move. It was all happening so fast. I remember briefly looking back at the mill's roof and seeing 8 black figures now, all of them shooting towards us. But we were faster than they were anticipating. We weren't Jess. We weren't reckless and rushing blindly like she had. Next thing I knew, the 4 of us were running down the alley between the old general store and the florist. Zach brought me here once. It was one of the only places in the small town that sold our favorite kind of drink. It had been back when I first met him, after I'd wandered into the town. I remember that day like it was yesterday. His dark hair, those violet-colored eyes. He was dashing and polite, but also mysterious. I've been so thirsty from wandering through the woods. I tried to guess a word, my mouse was, never mind. That surrounded the town, so hungry. I still don't know how the 4 of us managed to get away from the mill, but we knew that it hadn't been without sacrifice. None of us asked about Jess. None of us questioned if she'd catch up, or where she'd be. It was like all 4 of us knew the answer without even asking it aloud. I knew there was no way that she had gotten out of there alive. They'd kill her, just like they'd kill us if they caught us. Luke was the first one to speak as we ran to Main Street, leading us to the old movie theater. He said that we all knew. We all had to leave, to run as fast as we could and get out of there. He told us of a sanctuary, a place where we'd all be safe, St. Louis. I'd never been there before, but I knew that was at least an hour and a half away from the little town of Herman. Zach asked him how we'd possibly make it there. Luke told him we'd figure it out. I almost felt as if maybe Luke knew what was to come, but was too afraid to tell us. Abby was already checking the theater, making sure that we were safe, at least for a few moments. She was quietest of all of us. She was always the first to try to volunteer to scout around what we needed. When she came back, though, none of us were ready to look in her face. She had no color in her face, which was saying something due to how light-toned she already was. She told us we couldn't stay here, but of course, then Luke asked her why. She wouldn't answer. He pushed her out into the way and walked into theater number 1. I shouldn't have followed. I should have listened to Zach when he told me to stay with Abby. My hand shot to my face immediately and I walked through the dark room. I covered my mouth and nose. The smell of blood was so overwhelming that it made my stomach lurch and turn. At least 15 people, all of them dead. There were bullet casing covering the floor, and the bodies were just thrown across the chairs and the aisles. Zach told me later that that's where they'd lured everyone at first. This was how they get so many of us down so quickly. Still didn't understand what was going on though, but I was too afraid to ask. Abby came running into the theater shortly after, telling us we had to leave right then. We didn't ask any questions. We didn't need to. Zach ran into the back of the theater, back past the screen, and pushed open the door to the back alley. We ran, we had to. We left our temporary hiding place and ran back into the rain. It was now pouring down to the sky in buckets. We were being dumped down on top of us. We had to run for the forest, to where we had constant cover and safety, but that was at least eight blocks away in either direction. We were almost in the center of town. Luke thought we should head towards there where the bus station was, back on the east side of town. It made the most sense because St. Louis was east from here, but Zach thought it was too obvious, that they'd probably be waiting for us, and the roads most likely had roadblocks by now. But it was Abby who thought much differently. She had been so quiet this entire time, but finally she said we need to go back for Jess. Zach just looked at her. Luke bluntly said no. Abby, though, wasn't going to settle for that answer. She started to cry, or maybe that was just the rain dripping down her face. She asked if Jess was still alive, or hurt and needed help. The three of us knew we couldn't go back, regardless if she was alive or not. But Abby didn't want to hear it. I begged her to stop getting louder, but soon she was shouting at us, calling us monsters, telling us this is our fault. Abby said she was going back by herself, that she was going to get Jess. She kept backing up. We were trying to get her to stay, to calm down and think about this. But just as she stepped back to where the side alley of the theater was, her head jerked to the right. An explosion of blood sprayed from the left side of her head. It made me sick. Groaning sound as if trying to talk. Then she just dropped to the ground. I know I screamed, even though I shouldn't have, because Zach grabbed my arm and pulled me in, and Luke began to run the opposite way down the alley. East it was. I was in shock, and I hadn't even heard the gunshot before she fell to the ground. Abby and Jess were the second people I'd met when I'd come here. They were in the general store buying the same brand of drinks and Zach was buying me. They were beautiful girls and best friends. They'd been friends since they could remember. They were nearly inseparable. In fact, over the past numerous years, I can only recall a handful of times when they'd been away from one another. Jess had been in love with Luke, but Luke liked Abby. Unfortunately, Abby had never gotten over her lost love. We ran down the alley as fast as we could. We couldn't even look behind us. We turned down this alley and then that, swerving in and out of the buildings, doing our best that we could to avoid the main streets. We didn't see another soul until we got to the bus station. Herman Station was small, nothing big and glamorous. Just a small outdoor station with kiosks. where they sold tickets. It was quiet there. Luke had expected to find at least a bus or two, since there were normally a couple that were kept back here for emergencies, but they were long gone. Apparently, they had been evacuating for a day or two before now. Quietly, it was like they knew who they did and didn't want to save. We should have run from here. Make our way to St. Louis by foot. That's Luke even grabbed a map from a nearby kiosk so we knew where we were going and where to avoid. He'd made the trip to St. Louis numerous times, but this would be the first time any of us walked there. We let our guard down, though. We finally thought we were free, that we had our way out. We were going out. We're going to get out of here. We started walking towards the tree line in the woods. We didn't bother to check behind us. We were stupid. Luke heard them first, those heavy combat grade boots slamming against the concrete as they ran. He told us to run. Told Zach to keep me safe. They had their guns up and firing before they even knew what was going on. I heard the bullets ricocheting from all around us as Zach pulled me by a hand towards the trees. I didn't dare look back up at Luke. I could hear the screams again, just like people at the mill. People were dying. Luke was dying. While we were running, I asked Zach what was going on. Why is this happening? I thought we had a government immunity, that we were safe, that we could live. Zach told me that the immunity was over, and that the newest president has thrown out agreements that deemed us all a threat to the nation. He called us monsters. He said that we had no reason to be here anymore. Zach told me that I was no longer safe. Zach told me that we were no longer safe. He said that all we could do is get to St. Louis, where the safe house had been built in case anything like this had ever happened. From that point on now, sitting in his shack, it's all still a blur. We'd ran for quite a while. We'd started walking east, and it had started getting dark and the sound of the helicopters could be heard in the distance. Zach told me not to worry about it, to keep moving. I had this overwhelming feeling of dread building up inside of me. We were in the middle of nowhere. Had no idea where we were or which way to go. Zach was leading me every step of the way, and I trusted him, just as I always had since the day that I had met him. He was my savior and my protector. He'd recognized me the moment I had entered Herman. He knew I was something who needed to be protected. He took me under his wing and did just that. He introduced me to his friends. He took me to the mill, showed me that I was like to trust and have friends again. Even now, when his life was on the line, when he knew that if he left me behind, he could save himself, he protected me. He taught me so much over the past numerous years. I didn't know that I would ever do without him. I'd relied on him so much that now I didn't even want to think about what would happen if we were separated. But we were all separated. After hearing those helicopters in the distance, we heard the dogs, then the people. The men were loud as they hunted us through the woods, obviously not to try to hide that we were close. It was like a game of cat and mouse to them. The hunters had become the hunted. When they were starting to surround us, Zach hid me in some brush and told me to find the first opening and make a run for it. I didn't want to. I wanted to stay where I was and die with them. I stayed long enough to see the start of the fight. They kicked him and punched him, and he took every hit. Even though I knew he could have fought back, he was stalling them. He was saving me. It took every fiber of my being not to call out to him, to scream his name as I watched them taunt him and stab him. They laughed at him. They called him names and dared him to fight back like the others, but he didn't. He just looked towards where he had hidden me and closed his eyes. Still don't know how I got out of there, or even when. Just that when I ran, the moment they shot the first bullet, I ran for what felt like hours. I ran until my chest burned and my body ached. I ran as fast as I possibly could, putting as much distance as I could between me and them. Now I'm here, hiding, and I can hear the helicopters far off in the distance. I could try to run for it, but I don't know where I'd go. I'm going to fight. I have to. This is my nature. I've already drank my last bottle of fangs. I remember the first bottle Zach ever gave me. The government had created this bottle for us to sate our hunger so we didn't have to feed. So we could live like everyone else. We worked, we loved, we laughed. We did just as everyone else did. We'd made names for ourselves and became citizens. We didn't need to train to hunt. We didn't need to fight. We grew weak and civilized. We weren't monsters. We weren't vampires. We were us. But that's gone now. Abby, Jess, Luke, and Zach, they were all gone now. Fangs is gone. We were once again the monsters, the creatures of the darkness. I can hear the dogs now. I see the artificial rays from the flashlights and spotlights through the windows. The humans have declared war. They intend to eradicate and remove every last one of us. This is war, and I will stand to fight. So that was a vampire story. How you guys doing? And we're gonna stop talking about all of that now. We just stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. I'm not mad at anybody. Stop talking about it. Hope I'm not mad. What makes me mad is not listening to me. You would know if I was mad. I'm not mad. But by not listening to me, you can make me mad. But I'm not mad, so it's fine. Holy crap, ads. Google. Oh, it's this time again. Yeah, these fucking ads. Not mad at help though. Sorry that you read all that again. You guys are crazy.
Let me call this guy.
You have reached the
It doesn't work anymore. Wonderful.
Trying to think of some of those bars I'd been to karaoke at. Boom, 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 boom. Quit doing what? I'm gonna let 'em all. Oh, I can't. Well, it's healed, but I can't stop playing with it. Seven Nation, no, it couldn't hold me back. You're gonna rip it off. Taking that time right behind my back. Yeah. Myself, 'cause I cannot forget.
That is dope. Oh, an old Willys converted into a forklift. That's weird. Did you like that story?
Oh, is he listening to me? Well, right on. This one's called Safe. Bloop. Why does it feel hazy? I don't know why. Hey, Jason. What's happening? Jason donated $5.36. What was that Australian? I don't know. You crazy, crazy man. You don't ever have to donate to me. Watching with the lights out. Well, right on. That's USA. Yeah, I feel like my LEDs got less bright. I don't know. It's fine. You want to stick around for a minute, Jason? I'm going to read this story real quick. So this is the highest rated story on creepypasta.com. It's called Safe. It's got 9.45 out of 10 stars. For my mother loved me. From the first memory, she was always there, pulling me out of harm's way. I was a curious child. I was constantly reaching for the hot stove, wandering outside unsupervised. Sometimes the harm she protected me from was my own father. Everything I said and I did seemed to irritate him. Any loud noise or even a single word he perceived as disrespectful could earn a backhand across the face, or a swift kick in the back to send you flying down the steps. I clung to her tightly in those years. She was the only constant, never angry or impatient with me, but full of love. And hope. She stood in between his hand and my fragile body, and I'm not ashamed to say that I ran and hid more than once as he took his anger out on my dear mother. My grandparents lived across town, and we were anxious for me to get to an age where I could spend the weekend or the summer. Most little boys would get excited about a weekend at his grandparents', but I feared the time when I would be forced to endure the backhand breaking summers my older cousins had seen. My grandparents thought that hard labor was the only thing a boy would grow into a strong man. Only way a boy would grow into a strong man. As they had a large farm to tend to, they made us use their grandsons by raising them in the better part of their childhood, usually starting around 5 or 6, depending on the constitution of the boy. My cousins slept in the leaky barn out back and existed on whatever scraps they were thrown out at the end of the day. By the end of the summer, they were permeated in odor that may never wash off. An odor of sadness and pain. My female cousins lived inside the house. They would never speak the horrors they endured. Women weren't valued much in my family, except for the one thing. When I was barely 5, my mother woke me up in the middle of the night, covered her hands across my mouth, and signaling me to keep quiet. Her bruised face was wet from tears, and her hand shook as she silently begged me not to do anything to attract the attention of my sleeping father. Without a sound, we snuck out of the house, taking only the stuffed teddy bear, leaving behind everything I'd ever known. My mother and I kept to the back roads, and we made a journey across several states to the house on the river where my brother lived. Her brother made his living as a teacher in the small schoolhouse town and was a widow with no children of his own. By the time we arrived at his door, we were weak from hunger and exhaustion. My mother hadn't stopped to sleep the whole way. Was too afraid that my father and his family would catch up with her unaware. My uncle hadn't always lived there, had arrived only a few short months before, and as my mother had not permitted to keep contact with her family, she knew of his location only by chance meeting of a distant relative while selling some items in town. Even at my very young age, I was able to understand that this meant we were safe. They couldn't find us here. Suddenly, my world didn't look so bleak and depressing. I would no longer suffer my father's wrath for playing too loudly in the backyard, or getting up to get a drink of water after I was supposed to be asleep. I suppose that given my history, I should have been wary of this new man, but he exuded a calm demeanor. Gee, sorry guys. My natural instincts told me that he would never hurt me. For 2 years, my mother and I lived at that place with my uncle down by the river. My mother started working in town at a small shop and I went to school with my uncle. At night we would eat dinner in the small kitchen and talk about our day. I spent my summers down by the river, fishing or watching the grass grow. I developed a fast friendship with a boy down the road. We never quite spent a weekend apart, riding bikes and playing in the woods. It was a sweet time, the best of my childhood memories. But nothing good lasts long. My father took ill in the winter I was 7. I was looking forward to Christmas and the break from school, the sleepovers and late night marshmallow roasting. But my mother was sick, and everyone got sad. It seemed only a week passed when she went from happy and rosy to pale and withdrawn in her bed. On the morning from the parade in town, I begged her to take me. My young mind didn't understand the real sickness. I'd recovered nicely from the years spent with my father, and now blessed once again with the innocence and selfishness of youth. Mother pulled herself together and off we went. She held my hand and she bought me caramel popcorn at the stand. We laughed and giggled for a few minutes. She apparently healthy and whole again. Then she fell right there in the parade in town, and everyone was sweet and wonderful. My mother was always protecting me, fell into the pavement, and I only stared in confusion. My mother, who was rushed to the hospital in the next town, and I squeezed onto a corner and cried silently. When the nurse came to me and asked me who my father was, what possessed me to utter his name, why shouldn't I say the name of my quiet uncle? At home, at his house on the river, shock perhaps and confusion. I didn't understand that they were asking who to call. No, I answered honestly, and off they went. The nurse pulled me into my mother's room, quickly told me my father and my grandparents were both on their way to claim me. My father would comfort me from my grandparents to take me back to their farm and stay. What a lucky boy you are, to have so many people who love you. You'll be just fine. But now you should stay with your mother for a few minutes and say your goodbyes. They will be here shortly. Inside, I screamed in terror, wanting to run and hide, get away from the miseries that were soon to come. But I couldn't leave my mother. I couldn't leave without saying goodbye. As I held my mother's hand and let a silent tear fall, she opened her eyes. She smiled so sweetly at me in 2 words before she passed from this world. You're safe. My mother passed at the stroke of midnight on December 18th, the year I was 7. I curled up next to the body and I didn't wake then. My uncle scooped me up in his arms and carried me home. I didn't know that day had happened to 2 different cars traveling towards me in the night, taking me away from a terrible place, but I knew I was safe because my mother had told me so. I grew up in that house down by the river with my sweet uncle. When I was 10, he met a nice lady from town, and they married and had 2 children of their own. I was raised as another son, and I always loved and cared for, although my new aunt could never replace my darling mother. She took care of me, though, throughout my childhood. Never was a spoken word in anger. Never did I sleep in the barn or live on scraps. Never did I duck to avoid the fist coming at me in the dark. My first year in college, I became curious about what happened to the change of events that were unfolding in my life on that awful night. I did come to research, and this is what I learned. At midnight on December 18th, the year I was 7, my father was traveling from one place in his old blue pickup. He had been working out of town when he received the message that his only son had been found. The pickup was old and in disrepair. Still, it was a surprise that stroke of midnight his truck suddenly swerved in the path of an oncoming semi. killing him instantly. The driver of the semi walked away barely with a scratch. At midnight on 18 December, while I was 7, my grandparents were traveling from their farmhouse in their new car, purchased last year with proceeds from the farm. Apparently the prostitution of several of their own granddaughters. They were at home when they received word that their grandson had been found. The car was new and not the cheapest model, therefore it was a mystery why at the stroke of midnight the car suddenly pulled to the right on the mountain road, causing the car to go through the weakened fence and down to the ravine. My grandparents were killed instantly. There were investigations even into my sweet uncle Sam, and it was found out to be a little odd that both of these events took place at the exact same time my mother passed from this world. My uncle never worried with it. The investigators finally gave up and no one ever proved how it happened. I know how it happened. My mother told me when she uttered those 2 words, "You're safe." That's a good story, but that was a tough one for me to read. Aww. Estimated reading time 81 minutes. I will not be reading this story. How's everybody doing? Hey Jason, how you doing, bud? Everybody still there? Oh, it's my water doing that. It's weird. Give me the YouTubes. Says we got 10 people in here. Maybe I should start messing. Hey, watch this. Hey, what's going on, guys? Is everybody still okay out there? I was napping, then I heard 81 minutes and said no. Also, beer. I have crab, yum. That's better than the plural minus the yum at the end. If you know what I mean. See if I can braid this. I don't know. Oh. Oh yeah. Chappy's braid channel. Oh yeah, check that out. That's a beautiful braid. No, it's not coming out. But it will. Now the ends are all knotted. Wonderful. Did Jason leave? Jason! Hello, Jason. You here? Chappy with dreads would be interesting. You're not gonna get dreads out of Chappy. There's Jason. Hey, Bubba. Oh, that feels nice. Dang it. Can't say you didn't try. Aw. Oh, you guys. What's happening? Did Hope? Yeah, there's Hope. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna end the stream soon or not, because I do want to go out tonight. I haven't decided yet. The Quiet Sky. 8 minutes. Party. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out cash and make sure I only use cash. Shoot. I'm gonna smoke one. Yeah. I'm just being weird now. That's a little bit too much like my regular personality. We're gonna cut that out right now. Right now. I gotta look up that, hey Jason, what's that ranking site? Social Blade? Yeah. I'm a C negative. Heck yeah. But video made easy. What is this? And how much do they want for this crap? Yeah, stupid expensive. 2 grand. 2 grand. 2 grand. You see me running sound over here and video fading in and out stuff here? It'd be ridiculous. But if y'all would give me a second, let me turn the music back up. What was that song that Ernie liked so much? It was that one. The one that was putting him to sleep. I will be right back. Jeez. Dangerous. You're. Is Jason still here? Because I'm about to put on my Burt's Bees. Hee hee. We're just going to put this Burt's Bees on. And then later on, he won't even know it. I'll be hiding under his couch, just waiting to put some Burt's Bees on his lips. Burt's Bees. It's good for other things, too. It's funny, I'm not getting any Burt's Bees ads. I did disable Cortana on my computer. That was a burp. That was a weird one. Quiet sky. Husband asked if I've mailed you our life savings yet for the entertainment. Why? I don't understand that reference. Burt's Bees. That's D's. Can you defeat her? RuneScape. Not gonna. Dang it, Burt's Bees makes me laugh every time. Makes me laugh. Bad for the blood, good for the farts. He was like, did you send him money yet? Oh. You don't have to send me money, Lauren. Oh, there's my other water. It's right there. Right there. Focus. There it goes. Burp. Burp. Everybody likes the creepiness. That and Burt's Bees, because Burt's Bees is good for you. Just ate a burger from Wimby's. And I'm farting bad. Cool story, bro. Peter Griffin with the violin. Give me money, give me money. I haven't watched Family Guy in so long. I literally just do this and sleep. And then drink every now and then and work. Me too, that's creepy. I'm back. Sorry. Sorry for what? Mr. Bueno. My rank is 7,624,180th. I'm freaking awesome. Eat, work, YouTube, sleep, repeat. Pretty much. That's how I roll. What's your mileage? What does that mean? Oh no, I want YouTube. I'm a C minus on Twitter. Let's see. that's not me. What's my YouTube? My YouTubes. Where's my YouTubes? There's my YouTubes. There's my, yes, he's that right there. Yes. And we're going to do I share it? This is a good one. By law, a pregnant woman can pee anywhere she wants in Britain, even if she chooses, in a police officer's helmet. Huh. That's something. Share. Copy link. Nope. Oh. We are just checking our Social Blade rating. YouTube channel not found. What's my... Oh, that is nice. Oh, that was real nice. Can't find my, what's my username? Down top right, icon settings. Need to give a heads up to new viewers, Chappy. May or may not be Batman. Settings. Icon settings. I don't know how to. Yeah, I am just Chappy. advanced settings. Oh. Oh, I know what I am now. I am still a grade C. Wrong prawn on the Barbie. What, you don't want to put another shrimp on the Barbie? I can't even. Shrimp on a Barbie? Whatever, don't judge me. Hi, Holly's daughter. Hello, Holly's daughter. I know you've said her name before and I always forget. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible human being. But so yeah, I don't know. Creates professionals YouTube. Over 13,000 YouTube partners are certified. Practices. You can become YouTube certified after you take a test. I don't know. I'm only human after all. Put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. How do I change my chat box? Proper ties. I don't know what a turbo badge is. Theme, clean, box, Twitch, old school, chunky. What's chunky? Old school. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I changed it a little bit. That little hair doing. Holly's daughter, I'll watch my mouth. That's probably for the best. Someone else said they had their kid in here watching. It was John, actually. Ooh, what if I deleted my channel, like right now? Okay, thanks, bye on the new things. Hey, what's going on? Don't do it! Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Lauren. Exactly what I was thinking. I think I'm done with this. Click. Just walk off. Oh, that'd be funny. I'm not saying I won't ever do that, because I've done that to a lot of things. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you'll see me stream less and less and less. If I did do that. And then y'all would just have to bug me to do more streams, and I'd be like, I don't want to stream. I'd be like, screw you, I'm not following you no more. I'm still pretty much on. If I ever slow down, it's going to be like to where I do a couple videos a week. How are you doing this? Can you see you're telling us apart? No, that's fine. I have people from my old video game pop in here. This old video game I used to play. They still play. It always reminds me, like, hey, I should go back to that. I'm a badass. I got one of those badass castles. I'm still having fun, so we're fine. Oh, Smiley, you poor bastard. Done got gamed. It would be awesome. Y'all should blow up Nathan's channel or Nathan's Twitter and tell him that. I don't think I would. I'd probably stop doing it before I deleted. We can have some appreciation when you spell it right, Smiley. Jeez. Yeah, what did he say? Lauren with the Bender quote. She even said potatoes and not vodka. I think he said whiskey. It's fine. There you go. It's fine. Just messing with you, Bubba. Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me back? I'm not gonna do that. I assume that's what y'all are doing. Pushing it down. You like this song? Oh yeah. We love you way too much, Chappy. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna delete yet. But don't tempt me. If you all loved me more, you would download my Streamlabs. Like I said, I don't think I'll ever delete. No. No, I mean, that computer would probably work for you. Eh. What kind of work do you do on it, David? Hey, James, what's going on, Bubba? Thank you. 203 subs. We're getting there. Yeah, this song is a little bit weird. I like it, though. It's not bad.
If you guys really love me, you'd download that. You'd click on that link and download my program. If you really love me, you would have downloaded it when it was $1 that I got. But now it's 40 cents. It's fine. You guys don't love me. Relax. Don't do it when you want to go to it. I've had way more installs than people are showing, or downloads than people are showing installs. Need it for minimal stuff, really. Sending timesheets and truck reports to my office. Recording program for what, Bubba? Because some things may require more RAM. You know what I mean? I kind of like this song. Beating along to the, I'm just being quiet. Sorry, guys. I don't know why. Just listening to music. Yeah. This is my favorite song. You rickrolling us, bud? Can't play it right now, but have you ever heard of America 2? Oh, that feels so good. What the fuck is that? Projector? Always show messages. Yeah, I like that. There we go. That's better. Or did y'all like it when it didn't show all the messages? What are y'all talking about? Music notes. Y'all are crazy. I talk about deleting and now everybody's just talking about other stuff now. Yeah, David, did you ever tell me what kind of recording you wanted to do? That is a very minimalistic computer. Wow. Music tracks. So you're a musician? Did my music stop? Nope. Would you listen to the link I sent you? Not right meow. In a minute. I'm done streaming on my pewter. Oh, shoot. I just knotted my hair. First world problems. This could get ugly. I'm obsessed with learning music. Oh yeah? You guys are going crazy. Started some projects myself. Does that do anything for your nails? I have many instrumentals, couches. Oh, I didn't even know you were here, Bridget. Did you say something? Oh, shoot. Can't stay. I was here. I'm on a date, and I just wanted to say hi. Hello, Bridget. Late bridge. Do you want me, baby? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end here. It's about 8 o'clock. I'm gonna catch an Uber to a karaoke joint. And we're probably gonna stream at the karaoke joint. Oh no, not Dingus. Hey, Dingus. Take care, brother. Karaoke. Karaoke bar. Duh. Neon Moon. Basin Nights. 10 Sports Bar Grill. Rockstar. Mojitos. They close at midnight though. That's stupid. Escape Lounge. I've been here before? I don't remember. Oh yeah, blurry pictures and everything. Lone Star, Fast Eddies, that don't do karaoke. What's up? What are you guys retracting stuff for? I won't forget to listen to it. I'm about to play it here in a little bit. I have a real good line. Oh, damn you. Well, it's fine. I'm going to be streaming while I'm doing karaoke. You have to go get drunk and get your sing on, come back witching hour and tell us. Well, I mean, I'll probably end up streaming while I'm singing, and then come back and do some more streaming, because stream. You stream the stream, and then you stream some more streams because the stream. I don't know what's wrong with me.
But yeah. What'd you say, Dingus? You saying weird stuff, bud? You're a weird cat, you know that? You're a weird cat. You're alright, though. Let's catch you in the morning then. You may. I've got FM 84 Never Stop featuring Ollie Ride to listen to. Here in a second. I'm looking for karaoke. Bass and Ice is alright. That place is pretty cool. Neon Moon does pretty good. I ain't been there before. But yeah, so, yeah, so, I don't know. But, would you guys like that if I stream some karaoke? Just me getting drunk? Or I might just do videos instead. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. It's fine, we'll figure something out. Or just stream for sporadically stream. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. I'm gonna figure something out. $6,500 YouTube subscriber giveaway? What? That's how they get you. Don't spend it all in one place. What are you talking about? So tired, but I have to see live Chappy at the bar. I know Chappy would appreciate that. Yeah. Individual. America. United America. Dollars. What's my account number? Yeah. So I haven't ended it yet, but I will soon. The colder the room you sleep in, the odds you'll have a bad dream. But what if you sleep with a warm blanket? You thought about that there, smart guy? I didn't think so. Yeah. How do I view my... Oh, there it is. Derp. Russia didn't consider beer to be alcohol until 2011. It was previously classified as assumption. That's pretty funny, actually. Something just happened? looking for numbers on the internet. Just linking my, Hey, Tom. Just about to end the stream and you pop in. Bam. Freaking awesome. Who else is playing the Resident Evil DLC? It's kind of whack. Oh, there's a Resident Evil DLC? Oh, we all know that the IQ intelligence quotient rating is BS, isn't it? I did not know it was whack. But Lauren isn't that smart, so I'm sorry. Oh, I love you, Lauren. You're smart. I just thought I'd poke fun at you. There's hair everywhere. I nap and Chap keeps streaming. Yeah, they promised more story. There's like new skins and a 4th survivor. Oh. That's kind of... Did you pay for the DLC? That's crap. What's up, Siawana? I'm about to end the stream here in a little bit, but I didn't want a time trials gauntlet. Is the game really short? I guess that's the problem. Like, maybe they should have said, like, hey, we're putting this on bigger game consoles. Let's add to the story more. Instead of just porting the whole thing over, let's add to it, make it more in depth. Let's make it a, you know, a 2018, 2019 game. Or more than usual. Yeah, so does smoking and drinking soft drinks. Leads you to fart more. Like 8-hour campaign. Is that how long it takes to beat the game? 8 hours? In that day and age, that's kind of crap. When a game on PS3 took 40, you know, Fallout took 40 hours to beat. I like these random facts. I'm gonna smoke one more. I'll be in the chat with you guys. Give me a second. to make sure I have breakfast.
Yeah, I don't know if that's, can you do that, please? Can I do what? What do you want, Cougar? Hey, everybody, say hey to Cougar. Everybody. Her body. Eventually. Maybe. I do eat oatmeal like every day. It's the best. Yeah, Cougar doesn't want to be a moderator anymore. She's not going to come to our channels. Because you guys said she was a man. She's obviously a woman. And maybe my jokes are a little mean. Sorry for making a joke, Ernie. You know I love you, man. You know I love you. Love you like a brother. Yeah. Dang. And that guy again. And this crazy nut. And this crazy nut again. I disappear. What I miss? I don't know. Don't know when you disappeared. I did a backflip. I showed everybody how they can get $1 million on their taxes legally. Did you see any of that? I met an alien. I learned the meaning of life, and then now I've forgotten it. And the alien erased it from my YouTube memory. Look at the YouTube link I sent. Is it a koala bear? It was crazy. What a stream. Super crazy. Yeah, koalas are pretty dumb. I'm gonna pretty much take a stance on that one. Shh, Tom, they'll find out. So yeah. I'm gonna do some streaming, I think, when I go to the bar. Cause reasons and things. Take 100 years to watch every video on YouTube. Is that including mine with the long ass streams? Because I mean, I feel like it'd be like 101 years. I mean, I feel like that's an old statement. Because this is 2019. I mean, maybe you pulled that fact in 2018. Because I asked him to. I like that clapping emoji. It's kind of funny. But so yeah.
eternity for men, but it only lasts an hour. It smells like alcohol. Ooh, but my room smells nice now. Ow! Ow, that hurt. You with pigtails? What do you think? Chappy long stockings? I feel like there's more hair that doesn't want to get in this pigtail on this side. I saw what you did to the other side. I'm not gonna let you do it to us. Yeah, just like that. What do you think? $900 of hallucinogen. Cougar doesn't love us anymore. It's fine. No more creepy stories for her. We're too basic. Okay. She like me, but get upset. If I give you a time, don't do it. Don't you give her a timeout. I'll time you out. That's pretty much why I moderate everybody, or I make everybody moderators, because I'm tired of people. Don't do it. Don't do it, Prevolution. Don't you do it. No, no. Yeah, so, here, can Chappy turn up the mic? Oh, yeah. Totally you, Ernie. Totally you. My bad. I saw a tool for stripping wire. Over here somewhere. Or was it over here? Or was it down here? There it is. Ow! I mean, it didn't actually hurt, but dang it. Jeez Louise, you're gonna break stuff. Causing problems and... Come on. Dang wire strippers. Or else. Blue whales' fart bubbles are large enough to enclose a horse. I mean, what if you lit one on fire? You power a home for 5 seconds or something? Feels nice. Let's see what Uber costs going to be today. Definitely not $200 freaking dollars. Where to? Basin Nights. $11. I'll take that. Firm. Bam. I got my Uber set. Requested. Uber's 3 minutes away. I gotta get ready. 1 second. Gotta find a shirt. Oh, yeah. 1 second. What was showing?
Where's my pants? I know where my pants is. I'll be right back. Hey, go fish. And shoes. Where are my shoes? Where's my belt at? Hey guys, have you seen my belt? My driver's like right here already. Oh no. Has it been 3 minutes? Chappy looks like he's gonna go drink some drinks. What the? Oh, god dang it. Converse. High tops, I love you to death, though. But alright, folks, I gotta end it here. Be right there. I don't think this guy knows how to get into my apartment complex. So I think I'm good for a couple seconds. Ow. Looks way more wrinkled than I can see. But I don't care. Alright. I'll see y'all in a little bit. I'll stream when I'm at the bar. But we'll see how that goes. Get ready for Uber. I'm going out. You guys have a good night. Oh, let me declutter my keys. Don't need truck keys. Don't need the Mustang keys. Just my keys. And I got my wallet. Make sure I got my ID. Totally got my ID, I think. Yeah, that's me. The long hair you know and love. But, yeah, okay. I love you guys. I'll see y'all later. If y'all don't see any streams from me. But, yeah. I will be back later for some Twilight drunken streaming. Bye.